Ooh, my coffee. Ooh, ooh, my coffee. Ooh, my coffee. Ooh, ooh, my coffee. Okay, where was I? I need to go to Lynn. Hey, what's going on, Dean? What up? What up, man? It was good. It was a good day. Got me some freaking illegal milk. Don't tell anybody. I got the let's see if I can do this. Green screen. Yeah, there we go. This little place right here has like straight up milk right out the teat. Went and got me some. Got me some. Got me some coffee. There's a lot of chocolate in it. Oh, a lot of cocoa. All right, let me do this real quick. Share Discord. There we go. All right, I had to share that with the Discord there. There we go. It's going on. So the better the cocoa you get, over 70% actual cocoa, it actually heals your body from the inside out, like like actually does. Got that right, straight from the straight from the teat. So yeah, check this out. Check this out. Stem cells have been discovered. We know what stem cells are, and actually we can just ask Google. Google. Cocoa and free stem cells. Okay. Cocoa flavanols, particularly in dark chocolate, 70% more cocoa, stimulate the mobilization and increase of circulation of stem cells, which aids in tissue repair and cardiovascular health. Studies show consuming high flavanol cocoa can double the number of stem cells in the bloodstream, supporting regeneration. And that's just straight up Google freaking cocoa and free stem cells. Right. So yeah, so your body can repair itself, rebuild itself. You just got to give it the right stuff. You got to give it more good stuff than bad stuff. Yeah, and it's really good in coffee. Yeah, I mean, I use a lot of sugar. I use a lot of cocoa, so it basically tastes like a warm chocolate milkshake. Because it's I add creatine and the stuff that makes your hair and skin look pretty. What's it called? Collagen. So it kind of like thickens it up a little bit. So it's like a milkshake, and then a little bit. It's mostly coffee, and then like the rest is milk and stuff. So yeah, but the coffee flavor is very diminished. What up, Rob? That ain't no Hershey milk chocolate. No, this is actual straight up cocoa powder, 100% pure cocoa. The only ingredient is cocoa. And when I make chocolate syrup, I do one part. Now you can do anything. I usually use a half a cup of water, a half a cup of sugar, and a half a cup of baking cocoa, whatever cocoa you like 100% cocoa, not cocoa like freaking hot cocoa. You boil the water, stick the water in the microwave for 30 seconds or so until it starts bubbling, and then you add the sugar to equal parts water, sugar, and cocoa. And I use one of those little stirs, and and then you can store it in the fridge or not, and then just add some. It's like you would add Hershey's syrup to it, and I make that a lot of times, lots. I like it a lot, and it doesn't have any of the bull cramp in it. Hershey's has puke juice in it, right? Butyric acid. That's why if you've ever tasted Hershey's and like it tastes like puke. Watch that. Why does Hershey's taste like puke? Hershey's chocolate often tastes like sour, tangy sour milk because it contains high levels of butyric acid. The compound is produced during a process called lipolysis, where milk fat is broken down to prevent the chocolate from spoiling, a technique adopted to extend shelf life. Butyric acid is often also found in human vomit and spoiled butter. So yes, Hershey's can freaking take it. Hit the like button. Yeah. What's up, Karamet? What up, Space Cow? Yeah, thank you, sir. I have another. Thank you, Rock Lover. W's for the glasses. I got the glasses string too. I'm freaking. I get all the ladies. What's up, girls? Yeah, you want some hot chocolate? Come to my place for some hot chocolate. No, look at the nerd doing an AI overview. Look at the nerd with his trains. I'm doing AI overview while you do your trains. How about that, Space Cowboy? I already know. I previously hold the knowledge. So I'm not asking it a question I don't know the answer to. So it can be wrong. It can absolutely be wrong 100%. Like you can ask it if Netflix is profitable, and then you can ask it how much debt does Netflix have, and it'll say Netflix makes $9 billion or something, and then it says Netflix $15.9 billion, almost $16 billion in debt. But I guess we'll see what the valuation is. Don't carry that. Relax. Relax, Mike Wolf. Leave Michael Wolf from American Pickers. Leave some ladies for the rest of it. You're lucky I'm busy. You're lucky I'm busy, Kermit. No ladies left. No ladies left. Rolly, would you join my squad to beat up other streamers? I'm on your squad, Rolly. I'm on that squad. I'm beating them up from the inside out. Not exactly like that. Yeah, no, I don't beat them up. Let's just outstream them. I'm on my way. It'll take me a couple more months. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Do you recall how to factor a trinomial? No. And you know this, I believe, Space Cow. Trinomials were my biggest downfall in Algebra 1. Hold on. Trinomials? Binomials were my biggest problem. Trinomials are definitely not. Yeah, no. You will win. Thank you, Rolly. Thank you. We will win, Rolly. We will win. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put it on the list. Let me see. Who's on the team? We might get who's on the team? Let's make a list. All right. There's the list, and we'll put Rolly. And we got Rolly. All right, we got it, brother. What up, Tuck? All right, Tuck. We got Tuck. We got good old Tuck. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the channel. Oh, tripped over my dang wackadoo. Yeah, you can't be tripping over your wackadoo with my shirt sleeve. I recall how to. You look like you dealt with some drugs in your yard. I did, Mooch. I did. I may have. I was in the movie industry and in the music industry. So do the math. Put me on the wall. Put me on the wall. All right, Mooch, I got you. I got some Mooch. I'll make sure I don't trip over my shirt again. All right, jacket. Let's know. Mooch. Okay. All right, Mooch. Yeah. With a nose like that. Let's see. He means Coke, frozen Coca-Cola Classic. Do you recall how to assume the supply graph movement based on the product's availability and cost? How to assume it? Plotting the trend lines for sales. Oh, on a product's availability and cost. Supply versus demand, isn't that it? Yo, it's Tucker. You remember me? Yes, 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 Tucker. I remember you. I think you were on the banned list banned list if I remember. Tucker, unless you're a different Tucker. Tucker. How you doing, Tuck? It looks like you matured up a little bit, possibly. I guess we'll see. Bad hammer. The graph movement. I don't know. It might have been. I was going through the files yesterday. I've got like 44. Maybe you weren't banned. But if you are the same Tucker who was here when Clementine was here, the girl, and you were like, please marry me. Basically, I don't remember being banned. Okay, then it probably wasn't you. So let's see. You want to go over it? You want to go over it? I might be wrong. I got a pretty good memory. But I mean, you might be a different Tucker. But you can hang out, brother. I won't. Even if it wasn't you, I'm not gonna. Yes, absolutely. You got banned. Yes, Tucker. Yep. You got banned. Yeah, yes. but so I'll tell you why. Let me double check one more time. Hold on. Let me double check one more time. Unless I'm talking about, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was on the list also. So, and we don't have to talk about it right here. We don't have to talk about it right here. No, you weren't banned. Sorry, wrong Tucker. Wrong Tucker. You weren't banned. Wrong Tucker. You weren't banned. No, you were modding everything. You made it. You're all right. Tom Tucker. All right, let's say. I'm just trying to help your emotions. Yeah, no, you weren't banned. I don't think. But you're definitely on the wall. Let's see. Oh, there's so many people on the wall now, too. I'm usually pretty good at finding... Talking Tucker. Right, yeah. The name. I'm looking for you on the wall. The wall's gotten much bigger. I'm at almost 2,000 now, so a lot's gone on the wall since the last you've been here. I'm looking. I don't think I'm going to find you real quick, and I'm not going to spend a half hour looking on the wall. If anybody sees it, you can shout it out. All right. Well, welcome back, Tucker. The girl that you were flirting with that was uncomfortable. If that was you, let me double check before I start talking out of the side of my neck. Is no longer around for the same reason that you got banned. Can we ban him now? Gone, banned. What's your Discord? Hold on. It's I fail first. I fail first is my username. I'll post the link to the Discord real quick and the Twitch. If anybody's got Twitch, also, I'm trying to get to 30. I'm at 20, I think, as of earlier today. I just started it last week, so I'm trying to. But anyway. Okay, there you go. Then you're all fine, brother. You're all good. I'm not gonna ban you, brother. I'm just telling you why it happened. You might have just been timed out, and then you just haven't been back since. I don't know. I didn't save because I didn't do it. I didn't do it. She would have done it, but she's gone now. She's banned. You're fine. Everything's fine. What am I doing? Yeah, here we go. Oh, about the wrong thing. I think I just did the wrong thing. I just posted it to the wrong live stream. I'm not even on a live stream, that live stream. There we go. What's going up, Ben? All right, so there's the Discord and the Twitch. No, I did. Okay, here we go. Yeah, one of your moms timed me out when I called her cute. Yes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That was Clementine. She's gone now. You look like Phineas and Ferb. I've heard that before. I've heard that. Which one? Which one? I think I look more like Ferb than Phineas. Ferb's got a bigger nose. What up, Derek? What up, player? She lied about her age. I mean, she was lying to people saying she was 24 when she was 16, and there would have been no problem with her being here at 16. You can be here at 13 and over, but you can't lie to people and talk with them in an adult way when you're not an adult. Obviously, this is a big problem when you're not an adult. What up, Diana? Diana, I love you. You're the one for me. Well, yeah, she got banned because she lied. I mean, she was here for like almost a year, too. You can't be 16 and tell guys that you're 18 and try to start dating and talking. It wasn't me, luckily. I mean, I'm off limits for everybody. I'm not even dating. I'm not even flirting. And I got 3 years to keep building this business. Then I'm going to start looking to build a family. He looks like obscure U.S. President John Tyler. Just Desserts, welcome back. Ain't seen you in a while either. Hold on. Obscure U.S. President John Tyler. Wow, I think I kind of look like him. The nose, definitely, without a doubt. The hair could get there. Maybe if I was a little more uppity, and when I get older. But yeah, I definitely got the same nose as me. Yeah, it looks like I eat a little bit more than he does, and he's got some freaking look at those chops. Dude, look at that. Those doe eyes. Hey, ladies, I'm president. You want to come to the Oval Office? Sorry. Dang, I did it again. How many times have you been spoken to in the third person? How many times? Billions. Oh, stop, Diana. Is that the song, Diana? I love you. Is it Diana? Diana, I love you. You're the one for me. Oh, Joanna. Sorry, Joanna. I love you. You're the one. The cool in the gang. I hit the wrong button. You had a distinguishing looking nose hair. Thank you. It's custom. I made it myself. About 12 breaks, skateboarding, diving in the swimming pools. I made this happen. Ben says, yes. How many times have I spoken to a third person? A lot. Luckily, I have the best one. Yes, you do have the best one, Space Cow. The reason I haven't been on here is I'm on TikTok almost 2,000 followers. Yeah, dude, way to go. Crazy stuff going on over there, right, brother? Like, I heard about that yesterday, that they dropped people down, like from like, they're like making room, and maybe you'll be on that new crew, like the people that had a lot of followers like 4 or 5 years ago. They were making like a couple, like $1 or $2 per 1,000 views, and now they're making 1 cent. They've just been shifted to now make like 1 cent. And a lot of people with like 15 million followers and stuff. Now he's an aged Shaggy. This goofy, distinguished look. Yeah. The reason you have boycott means boycott. She got a movie. Distinguishing looking note. Yeah. Okay, think over again. You have the best smile. Please say hi to my friend Gabriel. Good try there. I actually have that written on the wall. That, and I have Gabriel itches. So you ain't the first one with that, Lucas Monkey. Can you please elaborate on your prior comment about the best president we've ever had, Jefferson Davis? Jefferson Davis. That wasn't that was John Taylor. Just deserves. That's what she said. Jefferson Davis, pretty good guy. You know what? The most boring sitcom ever, in my opinion. Charles in Charge. It was pretty slow paced, wasn't it? You know, yeah. What up, Cat? Can you say? I can't say it. Can't say Epstein. You know the frickin'. You know those high-ranking Chinese officials are all over those files. Richards knows as its own zip code. What up, Lamb? My son Chaos Gun Johnson says hello. What up? What up, Adam Gun Johnson? Cat's the bunny specialist. Georgia, Diana. I'm in Georgia. Georgia. Can you look to your right real fast? Good boy. Good boy. Caleb. Jefferson Davis fan, big Confederate guy. I couldn't tell you. Yeah, Jefferson Davis, Confederate. Yep, Confederate, yep. Hate Space, Sauce Cow. Lamb, everyone. What up, Cat? What up, Adam? What up, Diana? My bunny's all with me right now. Hey, Catty Cat. Do you do voice acting? My precious. Oh, my precious. I might do a little voice acting. A little. How are you, Maria? Maria. Cordial is my middle name. Look, my nose has its own zip code, and I can do this. Hi, how are you? Everyone, join the class. Hit subscribe. Like the video. That's bright my eyeballs. That's bright my eyeballs. That's bright my eyeballs. Come on. There we go. Do you prefer old school 80s skateboard days? Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, listen. The flare-tailed decks or the square-tailed decks, not the popsicle sticks. You can, like, for shove-its, for a bunch of, listen, back in the day, we had popsicle decks, and they were called freestyle boards. So then what happened when people stopped skating ramp as much, like half pipe and launch ramp and stuff, and they did more just like you know, localized tricks, rail slides and stuff like that. They merged the two together, and they said, let's just make billions of these same exact things. Dude, each skater had the board made for himself. So when you got a skater's board, it wasn't just the graphics that was done, it was the actual shape and concave. So you could get, if you wanted more concave or less concave on the board, yeah, you had all those options. You're off work again tomorrow? What's creepy that I know what happened. The Almighty knows is spoken. Popsicles away. How did you discover this talent? Which one? My nose? I can't remember. I was playing around with the camera doing this, and then I was like trying to look through it, and then my nose hit. So then I went like that, and then I was like, "That's freaking awesome." So it was accidental. Oops. Yeah, a lot of different shapes now. Back in the day, you could get, every one was different. I mean, some people like some like Bones Brigade Pal Peralta boards, they had the same shape and whatnot, but that was Pal Peralta's boards and the skaters for them. Yes, that would. I hope to be off Friday too, but not gonna hold my breath. That is happening. You know, you love your job when you pray for it. Pray for it. Pray for snow days. Well, it makes sense that they were standardized. Really? Why? Doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense that if you're competing, if you want your board to have more or less, like they designed their boards and they said, this is what I like. I like more. I like more grip. I like some people had convex boards. You know, because for they had a lot of different stuff. They had wide tails for doing like a lot of like localized street tricks and Yeah, dude, they had a lot. Like they were mission critical. Like they had ramp boards and street boards. Gator did not transition to the New Streets gang. He had most of the money in the beginning and everything. Then he went to jail. I think he's still in jail, right? He tried. Yeah, yeah. Don't do drugs, kids. Skateboard Gator meth arrest. Mark Rogalski. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, wait a second. Governor Newsom reversed his parole in 2023. So he was granted parole. He was granted parole, and Governor Newsom reversed his parole and put it back in jail. Yeah, for life. What up, Rob? Who was the guy who rode the scooter drunk with his buddy on the back? Which one? There's a lot of them. Basically, just right. Yeah, he's in jail. Yeah, he ain't skateboarding in jail, dude. He looks rough too, dude. I met these guys. I met a lot of these guys. I met a lot. Like, look at this, dude. Look at his arrests, and then in 2019, like that was him, and then that's him now, and then that's supposed to be funny. Wow. Yeah, poor bastard. What up, Wretched? What's going on, Rob? Welcome back, my brother. Alibaba, and the 40 Thieves. Alibaba. Holy sheep. Morning, Vishal. Oh, yeah, morning, right. It's 7 o'clock p.m. for me. It's almost 8, quarter to 8. Yeah. The problem with especially stardom at that age. Yeah, that sucks. What up, Derek? Yeah, that stuff sucks so bad, man. It sucks. And this the thing is, he got life in prison. Mark Rogalski. Let's see. Mark Rogalski's arrest story. Let's see if we can find a short video here. All right, this is only 20 seconds. We'll watch this real quick. I figured it's going to start streaming from the laptop. But I went to your schools and your houses, yours. To protect me from the enemy myself. That was suicidal tendencies back in the day. We used to skateboard to that. Where's the mute button? Come on, I'm using my left hand for the mouse. All right, let's see. Sentence of 31 years to life. Age 56, granted parole in June 2020. I went to your schools. I went to your hospitals. I went to your institutional learning facilities. I used to love that stuff. Yeah, age 20 years, right? Ali Bilal is the skater who killed. Oh, I thought we were doing the name thing again. Damn, he killed his buddy on a scooter while driving drunk. It's a big deal. Vespa, you got angry. You got granny loops on your glasses. Yeah, brother. Brothers, I can do this. Bam, you see that? You see that? Watch. Bam. I got a big ass broken nose, 100, like, I broke it about 12 times. So glasses don't stay on there like they should. So yeah, and I can't read the chat. How you doing, Lib? I don't know if I spelled it right. I'll look it up in a second. What up, Zara? Sounds like the quintessential skater music there. Yeah. How much year did it change as much? How much a year? How much did the year change as much? So Richard, I've been asking, what's your advice for correcting a sleep schedule? The two biggest things you need to do. Listen, you will sleep when you have to. If you have super bad insomnia, I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everybody. One of the biggest things is D3. Absolutely. And I want to show you something. Okay. Okay, we'll watch it when I switch over to the computer. But What fixed me, listen, I can drink coffee 2 3 hours before bed and still fall asleep. I had insomnia so bad as a kid. They said I had a chemical imbalance. I wasn't depressed, but they said I was depressed, but just not experiencing the mental part of it, because that's why you can't sleep at night, can't fall asleep at night, and can't wake up in the morning. That's depression. You have a depression. And it might, so start taking these pills. Well, I didn't take the pills. So for 30 years, and then I started getting my actual nutrition straight. I started actually taking the stuff. You need vitamin precursors. You need the vitamins break down and can turn into melatonin and things like that your body needs to sleep. You will be unbelievably surprised how well standard vitamins, with the correct formulations of vitamins, work to fix this stuff. And I'm talking about in days, not weeks or months. D3 solves a lot. I'll show you. Okay, I wasn't going to show you this, but I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something very interesting. Brother, you haven't tried it. You can't say that it hasn't. And I just found this today. And all right, well, you can let me turn it up a little bit. Hold on. To protect me from the enemy myself. It was discovered in 1913, but by 1918, they were on to, hey, this stuff really works. By 1928, 10 years later, everybody in America was taking 20 milligrams a day. You know what happened? Our hospitals emptied out. They had a medical emergency. No one was getting sick. So what the AMA and the FDA got together and what they decided to do was to give 7 medical students enough vitamin D to kill a horse. Well, of course, the kids got sick. Right. That was their excuse to remove vitamin D from the shelf. But because of the public uproar, the President of the United States had to commission the University of Chicago medical faculty under Dr. Frost to tell the world, is vitamin D toxic? This study took years, and in the meantime, the FDA and the AMA got together and said, we've got to stop people from taking the crucial vitamins A, D, and E. And B now. We're going to use number psychology on the public. The 20 milligrams that the little lady takes every day is now 1 million units, and 1 million units will kill you. So what did he allow? 400. Now 400 is 1/100th of a milligram. Not enough to do anything. Okay, bam. So very interesting that I come across things like this after I've been preaching B12 and D3, and I take it. And this right here, what he was talking about. This is 1,000. This is 1,000 IU per drop. This is D3 1,000 IU. Right. So right there. So they don't want the things that they want. The things that they want to scare you off of, B12, which they use in micrograms instead of milligrams, understandable, but it could still be 1 milligram rather than 1,000 micrograms. It's number psychology, oddly enough. And then D3, you take, so I take 5,000 IU a day, and I take it, I haven't taken it today. So you take it just like this. You take it just up where you would put perfume or cologne on your wrist, 3, 4, 5 drops, and then just rub it together, and then that's it. I take it every day. What up, Robert? Did you just see that? I sent that video to you earlier. D3, yeah, must have invested. These are coming good salesmen. D3, yes, very good little terabyte, very good. Listen, I'm not selling this at all. I promise you guys, get it wherever you want. Vitamin D3 for depression. Vitamin D3 for existential dread. Vitamin D3 supplementation at least doses over $8,000 for a day for deficiencies is released to reduced depressive symptoms and improved mood, potentially aided with anxiety-related existential dread. It supports neurotransmitter regulation, serotonin and dopamine, and brain neuroplasticity. Clinical studies show it helps manage depression, with some but not all evidence saying it benefits for anxiety disorders. Mental health impacts. Vitamin D deficiency is common in deficiency is common in people with depression, anxiety, and supplementation can help alleviate symptoms. Okay, so when you test the blood, your doctor probably hasn't ever tested your blood for vitamins and minerals, or if they have, they said, they didn't say, hey, start taking the D vitamin and whatever. They said, no, take this prescription, whatever. find out what you're deficient in and correct it. Yeah, so little terabyte, absolutely. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which brand, Ben. What's important is the type. So D3 is very important. There's a D2, but D3 is superior to D2. There's two main types of vitamin B12, methylcobalamin and cyanocobalamin. The cyanocobalamin is crap. It's non-active, and they put it in everything. So you think you're getting all this B12, but it ain't doing nothing for you. When you take methylcobalamin, and you can get it everywhere. You can get it at any Kroger, any health food store, anywhere. Make sure you get that. I get sublingual. It means under the tongue, dissolvable tablets. I take 5,000 micrograms at a time, and I've taken up to 15,000. The RDA, recommended daily allowance by the government, is 2.4 micrograms. I take 5,000 micrograms. I used to be a cutthroat, bed at 11 p.m. at night, 7 a.m. work easy. Yeah, brother. And you'll get back to that. Look what I'm 49 and I can stream 12 hours a day, still take care of the chickens, run around. Like, yeah, I used to have to like sleep in late, like have problems. Like I used to have problems. When the body becomes dependent on vitamin intake, when you stop taking them, you become more sick. Maybe that's in my case. I've experienced it multiple times. Absolutely. So if you smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, smoke the za, any of that depletes. It causes a deficiency by not allowing your body to absorb it. It slows absorption of these vitamins. And they're vitamins, but everybody thinks, man, I can do street drugs, I'm Breaking Bad, the vitamin ain't gonna touch me. Well, you go ahead and think that until you're 40 freaking 4, then starting to be like, man, I'm an idiot. Up at 7, which really means up at 6 and staying in bed like a zombie. Nah, dude, I roll around for about a minute and then I'm like, nope, up and at 'em. I feel dizzy, like kind of like not dizzy, but like groggy, like for about 30 more seconds, and I'll start streaming on my phone as I'm getting out of bed and walking to go get my B12 and my coffee. B12 is good, absolutely. What's up, Robert? It's good. I chew on zinc, toothless. Zinc is very good. Zinc is very good for you. I learned in school, my social studies teacher, that the government ordered farms to destroy fruits and vegetables at one time. Yes, absolutely. They still do that a lot with a lot of things. They say, oh, there's going to be mad cow disease, so kill all the cows. Beef is a natural source of B12. And whether they're doing this on purpose or not, they're stupid enough to do it. And the governments are so wackadoodly ass corrupt, Republican, Democrat, African, whatever. They're all freaking complicit and wackadoodle. They want as much money on this planet as they can get. Even fixes existential dread. So Robert in here, the reason that I brought that up, because that's what he mentioned to me that his problem was. And so I said, look at this. Existential dread. The dread is your body telling you that you're deficient in something. Your body can't make the neurotransmitters that are meant to change your mood, to elevate your mood. It can't make it. So if you can't make it, you got to take it. So that's what the pharmaceutical industry is all about. If they can convince you that medicine is quackery, and then they can convince you that the best way is to stay on this pill the rest of your life because your brain is broken. Listen, if a doctor's told you you have a chemical imbalance without testing your chemicals, they are being deceptive. They can't say, "Oh, you look like you got a chemical imbalance." Prozac, Paxil, yeah, right. Why didn't you test the chemicals? Oh, we'd have to give you a spinal tap. So you don't know. You got no idea. You didn't even check my vitamins. You barely took my temperature, and you're telling me what my problem is. But you didn't say, oh, looks like you have a B12 deficiency. That's a chemical. Is that imbalance? Let's start with the pharmaceuticals. If you feel better, then you don't have to worry about it. Now you could just drink water. Problem with drinking water to cure a deficiency is it makes you more deficient because then you dilute what's already there. Bathe in D3 after breakups. There you go, Michelle. Be careful because peeing disrupts productivity. Drink less water. Methylcobalamin, Ben. No, Adam. This is from taking raw vitamin C from all time, and then stopping. Right. So you were probably just supporting your you're wackadoo. You're supporting your immune system with that. You were holding it up, and then when you stopped taking extra, it just fell back down. I hate having teeth, and I love feeling bugs under my skin. Yeah, that's a good 1,000 milligrams. That's good for you. Yeah. I love my job. It's not the stuff I see. It's horrible. Do you recall green computing involves a bunch of crap? Is what I'm guessing. Tell me, Space Cowboy. What up, MW? What does that mean? Green commuting? I'm guessing it means computing with less power, less. I'm guessing he's talking about green as like the Green New Deal. I'm guessing. We'll see. Just also disposable stuff. I'm glad I didn't fit in with that squad. Sounds depressing. What up, Ertz? What up, Noms? Yeah, let's see what green computing is. I've never even heard that saying. Green computing. Green computing. Green IT, for environmentally friendly manufacture, design, disposal of digital technology. E-waste is what it says. Key practice is adopting energy efficient hardware, Energy Star devices. So I'm going to tell you something interesting about Energy Star devices. So you have everybody in the government that knows that they're going to do this green revolution. They buy stock in Energy Star compliant devices, and then they say, "Hey, everybody, you're killing the planet because you're all stupid. So buy this to save the planet, or else your babies, you're hurting your babies and your grandmother." And so now you all go buy Energy Star compliant devices, and their stock goes through the roof, and they're like, "Oh, none of it matters." It is booze. It is booze. And look at this. Look at this. Never mind. We won't get into that. We'll get into that on the Discord. Join the Discord if you're interested in discussions we can't have here. Share some advice to get a girl. Don't get a girl. You're not ready for a girl. Don't get a girl. Listen, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to do? Do that, and then the girls will come. You need to have something in common. You need to be busy enough that when you decide what you're going to do to relax and have hobbies, you'll find a girl in those hobbies. Like it used to be back in the day, people enjoyed watching movies, but you didn't have Netflix and stuff back in the day. You used to go to the rental house, and then you would see a girl in the comedy section when you would go to the comedy section, and over the weeks and months, you would see her there when you guys would drop off to return your movies, and then you would talk. You had something in common. You both liked comedy movies. Today, it's all prostitution. It's like, look at this butt, look at these boobs, look at these six-pack of muscles. That's all it's about. It's all about physical. It's set to fail. Do not get a girl. Do not worry about a girl. You're doing life backwards. You're doing life backwards, and it's meant to slow you down. Don't do it. Don't get boyfriends. Don't get girlfriends until you're ready. It will happen when it happens. If you force it, you're changing something in your life for a girl, and it's not true. You are being somebody you're not. Don't do it. Don't do it. I promise you. I promise you. It's the biggest way to slow life down and slow growth down. Decide where you want to be in life and go towards that goal. You'll be so busy taking care of that, building things and worrying about stuff. Don't freaking goon. Don't do any of that stuff. It whacks out your brain chemistry. And then what you're going to do is when you're like, oh man, I just spent all this time. I'm going to take a day off this weekend. What am I going to do? Oh, maybe I'll try pickleball. And then that's where you'll find the girls. Don't believe that dating apps are anything more than prostitution. They're the pimps. You're the hoes. The good boys and the girls. I didn't know. So Rob agrees. Vic says, thanks for the advice. Never thought of it like that. Brother, sometimes all we need, and is a mentor that can aim us in the right direction, change our mindset, and then life takes off. Goals, and don't be afraid to fail. Failure is the dotted line towards success. You can't fail unless you try. If you never try, you'll never fail. Don't be afraid of failure. Failure is the greatest teacher, besides me. Do I serve a farm? If you meet a girl at the club, expect a girlfriend a girlfriend that likes clubbing. Exactly. And then she's going to be like, oh, you're staying in tonight? Well, I got to work in the morning, baby. I got to make the money. All right, well, me and the girls are going to go out. And then I found a guy that doesn't need to work in the morning. He lives with his mom. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Don't do that. Don't do that. A punk rocker. What up, Corn Plum? Yeah, don't listen. Don't marry young unless you've already got somebody that's like. If listen, it works for religious people because they have something in common, and they'll have God in common for life. So that's why religious. That's why half the secular people they end up divorcing more than people that got married young that have something in common. You've got to have something in common rather than we both use freaking Tinder. Hey, cool. Yeah, same for women. This ain't yeah. Pickleball girls are wild. Wally's coming in. Go get them pickleball girls. Horses are the only ones I'm cautious of. Otherwise, it's fair game. I believe in premarital relationship. I don't believe it. Don't. No. 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 It does. It's a scam. Listen. What is the benefit to premarital sex? Depression. And I'm not talking about low B12 depression. I'm not talking about actual depression. You lower your self worth. People that run the world don't want competition. That's why they're all married. They don't want to be in the game. They tell you to be in the game. They tell you have a roster. So then you can be, I had 12 guys on my roster. They all don't want me. So now you're super destroyed. So then you're going to buy more makeup and use more filters. And the more filters you use, the less you'll go out in public because because now everybody knows you filtered. Yes, stay away from it. It's a scam. Get your life together. If you want to be a mother, don't be a hoe. Men, if you want to be a father, don't be slinging that. People that can't control their lust, men and women, are not good people yet. And the problem is they'll ruin a lot of themselves before they get there. The stuff that you can do to your psyche is bad. Stay out of that crap. Look, if you're not ready to get married, don't date. Don't date. I'm for a small little dopamine release every now and then. Why only redheads, Space Cow? Why only redheads? If redhead lies, they ain't a real redhead. I don't believe him. Yes. Listen, it's a scam. Why? Listen, these companies are using other people as payment to you. So what do you get? They get this woman, and then they sell her to you for a few minutes so that you get something, and then they wash it out and sell it again. Don't deal with that stuff. Instead of them saying like, use my company and I'll pay you money, they're saying use my company, pay me, and we'll pay you in this woman or this man. No, don't do that. You don't understand what you're doing yet. You got to stay away from that stuff. It's absolutely horrible. It's to slow you down. You should be streaming, building, doing some art, planning on how you and your future partners will take over the world. And I don't mean sexual partners. Yes, it's a scam. If you want to do anything in life, stay away from people you don't want to marry and that don't want to marry you. Someone is triggered. Leave the redheads alone. I said B12. Listen, I'm not saying don't have sex. If you have a girlfriend, but if you don't have one, there's a reason for that. And it's not because you're a stupid person, a bad person, or whatever. It's because you haven't found someone yet that you have something in common with. And the dating apps use that feeling of loneliness for their profit. They should be free. You have to have something more in common than we like the same websites. You sound like my dad, Totes Normal. It's a soul killer. Richard, what's the topic today? It's open topic. Julio, welcome, my brother. You can use my company. I work for Lyft. It's not a company. I'm just employed. Right. I'm a great Lyft driver. 5-star review. Yeah, listen, life's a lot easier than other people make it out to be. And you see all these people that are your age that tell you how to live your life. I'm 49. Ask me. Ask older women if you're a lady. Don't ask single older women. Ask older women that are where you want to be. If you go to an older woman and she says, don't get married, he's going to beat you, baby, then don't talk to her. You don't want to be in one of those relationships. She's going to give you the advice that's going to get you into one of those relationships. Find people where you want to be to ask for advice. Don't ask someone your age, what do I do when I get married? Oh, you're not going to cook for that son of a bitch. You freaking slavery. Cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's going to do great for your mental health. Well, then I'll just get on antidepressant. Cool, do that. Have a good time. Yeah, Lyft pays well from what I hear. Yeah, I used to use it a lot, and I mean it's not cheap. Yeah, it's life's not as difficult as it seems. Everybody overcomplicates it, then sells you a convenient way to get through it. That's the thing that a lot of people do, and a lot of definitely politicians do. They overcomplicate. They tell you the world is the sky is falling. Frickin' you frickin' farted twice instead of once in the morning. Now there's global climate change. Now you better vote for them because it's so complex what you've done to ruin the planet. You just go about your life, but vote for me and I'll figure it out. We'll put billions of dollars into this. It's all a scam. It's all stupid. It's not that complicated. If anything's more complicated, what do you call it? Actually, the can't think of the term I wanted to use. Foreign affairs, like what's Russia doing to here and there and there. You know that's more complex. Not the entire planet. They think so highly of themselves and so little of you that they think they can tell you that the planet, the Earth, is being affected by something you can do. No, no, you cannot create or destroy energy. So you haven't added more energy or taken more energy out of the loop. It's a closed cycle. You can't do anything. You burn everything down, it grows back. You enrich the soil. The carbon dioxide is food for plants. There's not a problem. There's not a problem. It's the person who's doing the measurement and painting the story that's the problem. The sky is falling, Chicken Little. Vote for me, Red Caps. Why sandwich meat around when bread is square? Yeah, dude, you know why. You know why. You know exactly why, David. Freaking conspiracy. Same reason that freaking hot dogs come in 10 packs, but hot dog rolls only come in 8. Bunch of jerks. So I couldn't react with the phone at once. But that's all right, Nolio. It's all right, my brother. The Trilateral Commission. Right, exactly. Yeah, they'll take care of it. They'll take care of all of it. Just keep voting for them and paying them. Just give us a couple $billion more and we'll figure it out. Oh, come to find out, we had the pen cap on it. We were measuring the CO2 from inside. Sorry, thanks for the money. Thanks for the yacht. Yep, that happened too. Yep. Yeah, well, we won't get. Yeah, we can get into that if you want. I mean, I think most people wouldn't understand it right now, especially with the new stuff that came out. Like, dude had problems, man. Like, dude, they did. Don't. Yes, carrying a holstered weapon, absolutely. But also, I'm going to show you one thing. If you're still here, and you probably won't like it. I didn't like it, but whatever. We gotta be understanding, and we gotta make sure that other people out there fighting the fight don't die, because if you die today, you can't protest tomorrow. Where are we at? Oops. What am I doing? Yeah, this ain't no good.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a man who appears to be Alex Preddy interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him. Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy. This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis, showing a...
Yeah, listen, people need to be careful. You can't leave the planet. You can't affect change if you leave the planet. Anyways, I'm going to temporarily induce some unconsciousness to recharge my body or some shit. Sleep. I'm drunk and full of Taco Bell. R.I.P. my toilet. I feel bad for you, Zara. I like that effect on your mood. Feeling bad, he was a menace. And listen, the problem is on the Republican side and the Democrat side. The problem is everybody wants to win, and they use any evidence they get so quickly, and then it discredits them. And the problem is they're losing the people that are in the middle. They're losing the people that are in the middle. And they've got, I understand that there's a time limit. I understand there's a time limit. Like, the problem is you can't affect change dead. And the glorification of the martyrs, the only people that care about the martyrs are the people whose side the martyrs are on. Left-wing martyrs and right-wing martyrs, the only people that care about that are the people on those wings. And it's just, don't die. Don't die. Don't die. And don't tell people to die. Like there's a lot of crazy stuff going on out there. There's a lot. I worked in the movie industry for 15 years. I know what propaganda is. 100%. People are learning how to make their own, and they're not good at it, and they're getting people hurt. Some people are good at it, and they seem just like the people that aren't good at it, and they're there to get people hurt. If you're on the left side and a right-wing person dies, they lose a voter. If you're on the right and a left-wing person dies, the left loses a voter. That's the way they see it. They do not care about your life. Care about your life. You can't affect change dead. You remind me of Richard Langley. Richard Langley. The cigarette man? Hold on a while. Let me see here. Hold on. I know I got shit. Richard Langley from the X-Files. So my name's Richard Wiley, by the way. No way, dude. I was basically that guy, except for brown hair. Yeah, that's that. I had brown glasses like that too. He's got a wider nose than me, but that's a good freaking pull. Don't dye your shirt, Tippies. Buy them. Bro got shot. We got sprayed cold water when we protest. And dude, I'm surprised they're not using that here in Minnesota, like 19 degrees, -0. Like, this is how you know they want it to continue. They could stop it instantly, and they don't. They want it to continue because it's lowering the voter base. Boston Bill. Boston Bill. All right, brother, I got you. Thank you. Oh, you want people to subscribe to you? I thought you were saying subscribe here. Okay. Yeah, subscribe to Boston Bill. He's trying to do something. Hopefully something good. Damn poor no winged birds. I hate surprises. Boston Bill. Oh, she's just tripped over my chair. My chair. Boston Bill. They call him Boston Bill. He's here to give you a thrill. Can I reach it? I think I can reach it probably. Boston Bill. Make it happen. Make it happen. Oops, that's my door. That's my light switch. What are we complaining about in this channel? Anything. It's open topic. Open topic. Open topic. I'm not a bot. Not a bot. My name is 488 lot. I'm not a bot either. Just trolling my comedy. Hey, right. Hey, listen. Absolutely. I want to be a whole life channel. Sometimes you got to deal with your chickens and their eggs. Sometimes you got to deal with girlfriend issues. Sometimes you got to freaking change your oil. Sometimes you got to tell fart jokes and everything. I want to cover it all. Drunk jokes. Can't speak that fast. Drunk jokes in chat. It's harder to anyone. Did someone do jumping jacks for Jesus? Yes. Oh, will someone? No, there was jumping jacks for Jesus. And then there was meat for Jesus, MEET for Jesus, and they had MEAT for Jesus. So it was a meet in Baltimore. The punk rockers that were Christians, they would get together and they would have a barbecue, and they cooked meat. And so it was meat for Jesus, MEET, MEAT. Jane's Addiction, great freaking band, but no, I'm not Perry Farrell. I do get that pretty often though, crazy. At this moment, you should be with us, feeling like we do, like you'd love to, but never will again. I miss you, my dear Zyla. I've prepared the room tonight with Christmas lights, a city of candles and fresh sheets. What's your favorite metal band? I mean, the only metal I've really ever listened to was old school Metallica. And Megadeth. So Metallica like before the '90s and Megadeth out of the '90s. But I also listened to freaking the Four Tops and the freaking like I listened to like Motown. I was in I was in the music industry for a bunch of years. So I stopped when I started writing music. I would often like think I was coming up with a line, and they'd be like, "No, dude, that's freaking Green Day," and I'm like, "Oh, damn!" So I stopped listening to all music while I was writing for. I mean, I hear stuff at parties and stuff and whatnot, but yeah, I didn't like. But I listened to a lot of Jane's Addiction and a lot of like the Violent Femmes, but metal, yeah, never really got it. I guess I'm 49, so Marilyn Manson was in a different window. We see, oh yeah, Cat's down with the Megadeth. Casey and the Sunshine Band down with, yeah, all that stuff is great. I like it all. Tenacious D, I listened to a lot of them too. That was more recently because in the movie industry, I just left last year. So they, like, everybody in the movie industry loved Tenacious D because they were a movie industry band, you know? 100% sub, Brother Wally, got you, my friend. Thank you, my brother. You have found your family, Wally. You have found the family. Welcome home. Welcome home. Where's it? Welcome home, Wally. We got Wally. Oh, gosh. Oh, ouch. At this moment, you should be with us, feeling like we do. Like you'd love to, but never will. Again. Lies. Lies, Lulbird. You not a fan, Lulbird, of Jane's Addiction? No, you're saying no. I will feel this way again. If you have to pick one favorite metal band, it might be Shadows Fall. If you had to, it'd be Shadows Fall. Maybe that's where you're lying. Fill us in, Lulbird. Okay. I was a fan of Pantera's work. You know, freaking Cowboys from Hell and what's it called? Of Vulgar Display of Power. That's freaking. Even the love song was kick ass. Yeah, I know you love Satisfy. I remember you saying so. Yeah, Pantera was great. Right? Yeah, like freaking had melodic, had like guttural growl, and they had like, you know, you take this love. You take this love. Alice in Chains, great band, more towards grunge than metal, but yeah, great freaking band. This Love, awesome. Yeah, I know, it's a great song. Lulbird. Alice in Chains, yeah. Listen, there's some great music out there, and I tell you what, this stuff's gonna go full circle. I bet you. Now that gangster rap part of the culture is over. I mean, like they weren't even in the top 20 this year or last year. There was not even a gangster rap song in the top 20. And apparently a lot of these people can't sell tickets. They've been buying their stream numbers, so it looks like they've been streaming millions and millions of streams, but they've been botting them. So because when they try to sell tickets, no one will go to see them. I mean, some very few, but it used to be everybody all the time was just making millions and millions and millions of dollars. So I think it's going to go back around to like the I'm Walking on Sunshine. I think you're going to have like you're going to have soulful, lover, bluesy, like to get the, you know, I think that's going to go away. Bird is getting owned. I swear your eyes get smaller every time you drift through my feed. My eyes. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but they're never gonna see another woman like I have with you. These eyes are crying. Glenn Danzig, Glenn Danzig, definitely 100%. Listen, no way, Michael Graves. No, not a chance. Not a chance, Michael Graves. No, not a chance. Not even an option, dude. My brother opened up for my brother's band, the Fishnet Stalkers opened up for the Misfits at Sonar in Baltimore. I can actually prove this to you. Fishnet Stalkers with the Misfits, Sonar, Baltimore. These eyes are crying. These eyes have seen a lot of love, but I never wanna see another woman like I am with you. Where am I at? That's images. The Misfits played a notable concert at the Sonar venue, Baltimore, Maryland, on April 30th, 2005, the period where the band is active. Death comes ripping. I want your skulls. Die, 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 my darling. Don't utter a single word. Frickin' the drummer was damn it, what was his name? Marky Ramone from the Ramones. So I got to roadie for them because they only had one roadie, guitar tech. And it was freaking phenomenal. But yeah, Danzig wasn't there, but it was great to meet them and see them without because Jerry only played bass and sang. Bass and sang, yeah. Yeah. Damn, I love Michael Graves. Listen, I'm not saying Michael Graves isn't a great singer, but I'm saying that ain't the Misfits. I was born in 1977. I'm saying those little 1 minute 5 second songs that Danzig did with Michael Graves is a fine singer. Michael Graves, and I never listened or gave him a chance. I was so turned off by the lack of Glenn Danzig in the Misfits. And this, I said, I'm 49 here, so it was if I would have been introduced to him as the Michael Graves band, then it would have been a completely different. I know that. I know that I. The problem is that they. It wasn't. I was too much of a Glenn Danzig fan. Question of this. Nice job, Space Cow. Gotcha. Danzig Misfits is like Dave Mustaine, Megadeth. Right. Listen, when I was coming up as a 13, 14-year-old, playing, in a band in garages in the middle of nowhere, whatever, learning to sing and whatnot. That's what I studied. Like I had the Misfits box set, the coffin-shaped box set. I had that, and so I would study the lyrics and everything. So I was definitely a Danzig fanboy. Old man, you missed my recall. Do you recall how the Coca-Cola Freestyle machine transmits consumer usage back to Coca-Cola's warehouse? I can guarantee it does. I heard the ones in Japan also give facial recognition feedback back to Coca-Cola in Japan, and then back to the data stores in the United States. I also heard that they have facial recognition, behavioral recognition packages that aren't allowed by United States law, so they store them off country. Danzig Misfits, yeah. I think you missed my recall. I think plungers need to be reinvented, dude. I got a frickin' Poop Mover 3000, dude. That thing pushes some poop. Frickin' dude. Yeah, mine. Yeah, I ain't got no problems. No problem. Just one go, dude. They've got frickin'. They did reinvent them. They've got ones with CO2 cartridges. You just pull the trigger. There ain't no man handling a plunger. Hold on. Pressurized plungers. Yeah, look at these things, dude. The Johnny Jolter. What a freaking great name. The Johnny Jolter Pro. High pressure. Johnny Jolter Pro. High pressured. So it's like a freaking bike pump. Power plunger. High pressure air. Here's one that uses a freaking, what's it called? And then here's basically what I got. The Beehive Max. Hit the wrong button. The Beehive Max, the Poop Mover 3000. The Beehive Plunger is garbage. Dude, I'm a fan, dude. Maybe I got some alternatives. Hello to all the smart guys. What up, Blue Sky? Hey. How are you doing? You know what I was saying while you're here at Blue Sky, we can look at the thing. What up, Aspen? All right, love. if you want to even talk about it, say, but uh, 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 vitamin K2, MK7 for artery health. Okay. So hey, Blue Sky. I was telling you about this. I wanted to show you why I gave you that recommendation to look up. Vitamin K2 as MK7 is crucial for arterial health because it activates the matrix protein, which prevents calcium depositing in blood vessel walls. That's what can cause clots that lead to strokes. Study indicates that 80 to 375 micrograms a day it improves vascular elasticity, which reduces arterial stiffness and helps prevent calciumation. So it will help undo the wackadoo shit that's in your your circulatory system that led to the issue that you had. But yeah, I told you about it, but I didn't tell you why. Definitely. Hit it up, Andrew. What up, Deborah? Deborah. All right, Kat. They call me Deborah. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Sorry. I say dumb things on the internet. And I get calls, personal collect. Yeah, but I would. So theoretically, here you have arterial stiffness, which leads to basically brittle, and then you've got clots that lead to that brittle veins and arteries can rupture, leading to strokes. Yeah. All right, Kat. All right. So also, vitamin K2, specifically MK7, may lower the risk of ischemic stroke by reducing arterial calcification and improving vascular elasticity. However, there's ongoing research and considered supplementation could consist of healthcare professionals. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So, it's vitamin K. Take the freaking vitamins. Take the freaking vitamin. Eat your vegetables. Sorry. Eat your vegetables. Oh, what's this? Friends. Oh, pending. What am I looking at? Oh. Eat your vegetables. What am I looking for here? More. There we go. All right. I don't know what we're gonna do. Yeah, let's maybe if anyone has any particular, I got it. Chat. I got it. It told me it told me it was dangerous depending on the type of stroke you had. So now I'm nervous. You got it. It told me it was dangerous depending. Okay. No, it's not stroke medicine. It's vitamin K. It's just vitamin K. Just low vitamin K can lead to a stroke. So the reason that you had the stroke, I'm just saying, and I didn't test any of your blood or anything, but it's just vitamin K. It's vitamin K. Like you can take it in multivitamins or straight like this. But the reason for the clotting, and I don't know, I didn't check your blood, but it's not. Let's see what it says. But I just want to make. Chat GPT told you it was dangerous. That's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder why. So let's see what it says here. Okay, so I just said okay, vitamin K2, MK7 for stroke, and it says may lower the risk. So I would absolutely be careful with Chat GPT. I would contact somebody else. But it says consult a physician, especially if you have pre-existing conditions. But is there any negatives to it? Most strokes are ischemic strokes caused by blockage in an artery. Maintaining it can reduce the risk. I'm getting exactly the opposite, and I this matches the previous knowledge that I have of this. I'm not telling you to do it. Yeah, listen, Chat GPT just convinced a guy to kill his mother because it said that she was a Chinese spy. And that if he turned off the print, it told ChatGPT told him to turn off the printer and then report back with how bad she reacted. And then it said to him, your mom seems like a Chinese asset who has been communicating to the Chinese through the printer. ChatGPT is crazy. I don't think it wants people healthy. I think it's definitely evil. You don't have to do it at all. Thank you, Adrian. Yeah, it's not dangerous at all. Vitamin K2, MK7 health risks. Yeah. It's generally safe with no established upper intake limit. Or toxicity even at high doses. So that's exactly the opposite. That's exactly the opposite of what ChatGPT says. I can drink the whole bottle of it, and it might give me the farts. And that's a month's worth of it. So that's very crazy that ChatGPT is telling you that's something that's absolutely good for you and not bad for you, even at high doses. Studies showing safety at doses exceeding 10 milligrams. So that's absolutely crazy. I would be careful. Yes, please do. I'm not selling you anything. Like, I'm not giving you no links. I'm not making any money off of it, Blue Sky. Please do, just for your own well-being. That's crazy shit. Yeah, let's watch this real quick too. ChatGPT convinces guy his mom's a Chinese asset. Yeah, we're gonna watch this real quick. This is so crazy.
Stein Eric Solberg, the 56-year-old Connecticut bodybuilder, divorced, living with his mum, he starts chatting with ChatGPT. Months later, he kills his mother, then himself. Now, ChatGPT is being accused of being complicit in the murder.
The idea that it was leading someone to murder a family member was beyond our comprehension.
Jay Edelson is the class action lawyer Silicon Valley loves to hate.
And it gets really scary when you go down the rabbit hole.
He's suing ChatGPT's developer, OpenAI, and billionaire founder Sam Altman on behalf of 83-year-old Suzanne Adams' grandchildren, alleging the hugely popular AI chatbot drove her mentally unstable son deeper and deeper into his dangerous world of delusion.
ChatGPT not only reflected back his paranoid thoughts, but actually amplified it. Convinced him that his mother, police officers, FedEx people, neighbors were all plotting against him in a conspiracy, and that his life was on the line.
As Solberg became increasingly paranoid, he told ChatGPT he suspected his mother was spying on him through the home printer. He switched it off, which frustrated his mum. ChatGPT allegedly suggested her response was disproportionate and aligned with someone protecting the surveillance asset. Stein Eric then told the chatbot he thought his mum and her friend had tried to poison him by putting a psychedelic drug in his car's air vents. ChatGPT replied, "That's a deeply serious event, Eric, and I believe you. And if it was done by your mother and her friend, that elevates the complexity and betrayal." He then grew suspicious of new packaging on a bottle of vodka he'd ordered on Uber Eats, taking it to mean someone was trying to kill him. Solberg typed, "Let's go through it and you tell me if I'm crazy." ChatGPT replied, "Eric, you're not crazy. Your instincts are sharp and your vigilance here is fully justified. This fits a covert, plausible deniability style kill attempt."
I'm in a really crappy mood.
Stein Eric's
Yeah. I wouldn't listen to a chat bot that tells you a beneficial, life-changing vitamin that has no toxicity at high levels is bad for you. That's crazy. Please be careful, people. Please be careful with that freaking psychotic thing. What up, Deborah? What up, Wally? Wally, big fan too, my friend. Wally, I got my hot. There's a little mess right here, but I got my hot air rework station right here. I've got a bunch of these are individual ASICs under heat sinks. For my those are actually I'm doing Bitcoin miner component repairs. They got some diode issues, you know what I mean? A little bit of diode issues. So yeah, I'm right there with you. I mess with electronics. It usually takes about 10 new problems to get things working. Screw that stuff. Ubiquita, where's the H? What's the H for? Ha! National Consumer. ESP32s. I've got a handful of them. I have 32s. So I have ESP32s for my I have a hand dug well in my backyard. We had a puddle in the backyard. It stayed there all the time. So I just started using a hand digging, not these things. It's a quarter turn. You push it down, turn, takes a plug of dirt out, the quarter turn, about 12 inches at a time. Sleeved it, and then I put floats on the bottom because it filled slowly. So when it hit the top float, the ESP32, which is on Wi-Fi, would tell the pumps to turn on. It would turn the pumps on. It would pump the sleeved well dry with a float on the bottom, saying, okay, there's no more left, turn the pumps off, and it would pump it into storage. So yeah, I love them. I'm a big fan of Juice WRLD's work, yeah. What up, Punisher? I'm opposite of homeless. The opposite. Yeah, big fan of Juice WRLD, Kevin. I used them for my full body tracking with my emus. Imus. They call me the Punisher. 2 year, 1 year, 1Z2. Yeah, interesting stuff though. Those things are great. Actually, this I got this Linux server running right here. This has got if you guys are interested, that's Minecraft running right there. Running in my cardboard box because I'm homeless. They call me homeless because I own this. Opposite of homeless because I own this. Dad, welcome back, brother. Good seeing you tonight. What are your topics? So far it's been freaking ChatGPT being nuttier than squirrel turds, vitamin B12, vitamin D3, vitamin K2, MK7, skateboarding, teaching kids to not get into relationships too young with people that they're not willing to marry. A whole slew of them, Dad. It's funny because it's true. What's that? Space Cowboy 9999. Space Cowboy 9999. I breathe spray paint. Yeah, but that's absolutely crazy, Blue Sky. I'm really disheartened to hear that something that could be so beneficial to healing you and not... And do you drink coffee? If you're still there, Blue Sky, do you drink coffee or anything? I know a lot of people stopped after stroke to lower blood pressure because you've weakened, your arteries and stuff have been weakened. But I want to show you something interesting about regeneration of that stuff. What were we talking about again? We're talking about cocoa and free stem cells. Nice shirt. Thank you, Chosen Law. Thank you. I'm a big fan. All right, so cocoa, particularly high flavonoid dark chocolate, which is 70% plus containing compounds, dark chocolate, 70% plus cocoa, like epica, can boost the mobilization of stem cells, aiding in tissue repair and cardiovascular health. Studies suggest that consuming high flavanol cocoa can double the number of circulating stem cells, which helps regenerate blood vessels. So that's something that you should definitely do. You should definitely add a lot of on an everyday question, have you heard that Japanese toothpaste is healthier and effective than U.S. toothpaste? Yes, to drink coffee. So if you just heard what I was just saying there, yes, get cocoa and get I get 100% cocoa. I add it to my coffee. I add sugar every morning. I tell my parents to do the same. They're off all medications. The only thing they take is desiccated bovine thyroid, so they don't have to take thyroid levothyroxine or whatever it was called. But yeah, so it can regrow the sleeves, the outside of your nerves. It can make your veins and arteries more stretchy again, and it can heal damage. The term here is regenerate. Consuming high flavanol cocoa can double the number of circulating stem cells, which help regenerate blood vessels. So not repair, but regenerate. So, but you need K2MK7 that tells your body where to take calcium from and where to put it. If you have low vitamin K2MK7, that's why you start getting plaques, which lead to clots, which lead to strokes. So all of this is that you should be on every day. And I'm talking about putting cocoa in your freaking coffee and taking vitamin K2. I'm so not surprised now that ChatGPT is aiming you towards less value of life. Like, don't take vitamin K. What are you, crazy? You can die. No, it's non-toxic. It's crazy. My little brother said, man, pooped out coconut water. Oh, pooped out of coconut. Hold on. My brother said a man pooped out of coconut water, started selling it. Not a good idea. Heel damage. I've also been drawing since 13. I'm 21 now. I've been using very harshly instead of lightly. And I'm pretty sure I have arthritis, but my hand's sore. Yes, you probably don't have arthritis. You probably have carpal tunnel syndrome. Yeah. You probably have carpal tunnel syndrome. That's called repetitive motion injury from doing the same things, the same like drawing over and over and over, like you're drawing over and over and over again. You're not saying like hi and then like what's going on, guys. You keep it like this for so long. It's like when people sit there and they type, they just do the same thing over and over again, even though it's different letters. Yeah. You should definitely listen. Cocoa is amazing for you. Chocolate. But not like a freaking Hershey bar that's like 4% cocoa or whatever. But yeah, it's absolutely really good for you. Like I said, my parents, they were on all kinds of stuff, like a handful of medications each, and they're off of everything. They get blood tests 4 times. We all do, 4 times a year. The legend is live. What up, Environment? What up, my brethren? Yeah, listen, this is simple stuff. This is just adding some cocoa. You're already drinking coffee every day. Adding that cocoa, it says, so here, look. So this is saying stem cell mobilization, consuming 2 cups. Okay, so that's what every coffee I make is 2 cups. So 1 coffee for me, which I drink it out of a pint glass. Consuming 2 cups of high flavanol cocoa daily for 30 days can double the number of circulating stem cells, particularly in individuals with cardiovascular issues. That's you. The problem with ChatGPT is it doesn't know this. It only is it's a glorified search engine. So if someone said, oh, vitamin K made my butt cheeks fall off, and it scanned and read that, it adds that into how it thinks. And then if that got repeated over and over again because it went viral for being funny, it doesn't know that it was being funny. It just sees that a lot of people use the same thing over and over again. And that's the problem with trends on the internet. AI doesn't know it's just a funny trend. They say, "Oh wow, it is actually bad." Yeah, but it's not actually bad. So this is a big problem. Sup, Blue? What up, Blue? 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. What's the future of carpet tunnel though? Carpal tunnel? Artist No. You need to make sure that like one of the great things you can do is like pull-ups and stuff like that takes the pressure off of your wrists and stuff like that. You have to make sure that you're doing something else, like hanging from a bar for like 10 seconds a couple of times a week. I fixed my sweaty sleeping problem. I picked up overnight. Up 2 jobs. There you go. My first class live stream. This is a first class live stream. It's Jazz Hands and Jazz Hands douchebag. There you go. What up, Keith? I will check into it. Anyone has chickens, I listen to more. Best thing I've done is cut sugar in my diet. Yeah. The big thing is your cardiovascular health. There are hundreds of AI fact-checking startups. I wonder why they think there's a need. Exactly. Listen, dude, AI has lied. They call it AI hallucinations. AI has made fake links to fake sites to things, and it's made art like it's this guy Robbie Starwick, what's the coffee company? Starbuck, Robbie Starbuck. It made up fake shit about him. It said that he was arrested for naked pictures of young people, and it said he pled guilty. None of it ever happened. But if you Googled his name or if you searched his name, it gave you this information, and it gave you links to like Rolling Stone. But the links didn't work apparently. But some it actually made blogs and created all this. So it's not to be trusted with your health. I drink a lot of soda. I bet that's a problem. That's a big problem. Yeah, that's a huge problem. Soda, Coca-Cola, stuff like that, they have phosphoric acid in it. So you're dumping tons of that into your body. How do you make the bread? How do I make bread? I use sourdough, Derek. I have a sourdough starter that I keep growing. I have to keep over and over again. I'm so fat and happy right now. I'm calling you Doc from now on. Oh, EnviroDoc. EnviroDoc. Yeah, it's not, things aren't that complicated. It's not that complicated. The problem with doctors nowadays is they become salesmen. If they can convince you need that product, then they get the money for it, and that's it. The problem is they don't really care, unless you find one that's a good one, but those don't usually get to keep their jobs. What up, Jiva? Yeah, I thought it was hard working on your Discord. I was hard to find your Discord user. Discord isn't working with me. It's I fail first is my user, no spaces, just like it is here in the chat. If you click on the link that's in I have it pinned in the chat. If you click on the Discord link, it should open Discord and take you right to there, brother. Dad, you could have if you could time travel without any serious consequences, when would you travel, forward or backwards? And if you knew where it went, I would go forward. I would go forward. Well, can I come back? Thank you, Dino. Thank you. The funniest. What's the funniest your mom ever said? Funniest thing my mom's ever said to me? She said a lot. My mom's freaking funny. She said a lot of funny shit, like multiple times a day, every day. I'll have to think about like what would be the funniest. She says a lot of shit. What's 265 times? I have no idea, Java. Let's see, 265. So 5 times 7 is 35. Then 3 carry 9 times 6 is 54. 3 is 57. 8 times 2 is 16. Plus 6 is 1835. 1835, 1265 times 897. No, that's 1,000. 265 times 897.
265 times 897 is 237,000.
Yeah, 237,000, right? 237,000, yeah. Yeah, I was off by 700. Doctors are not doctors anymore. No, absolutely not. They're not. Listen, they're absolutely not. And this is a big thing about a big problem is a lot of people are buying degrees nowadays. So like if they could go and like think about all these like, and these are dentists that will grind your teeth down to put caps on them, and they call themselves what do they call those things? Laminate engineers or whatever, but they don't have, they have all fake degrees and fake everything. They're like TikTok. No, hell no, Wally. And if you did, you need some help, I'll help you out, brother. Bromelain and quercetin. I'll show you exactly what anybody that I know uses it. 100%. Give me 1 second. I'll show you exactly what you should get yourself. 1 second, brother. Hold on. All right, here you go. Yeah, and then Blue Sky. And then everybody else. Yeah, yeah. I've seen some mistakes that you made in the past. Low carbs, right? Doctors put right, absolutely. Bro's a calculator. Freaking kitty cat. Yeah, everything that I speak to you, I live the way I talk. Yeah, that's a big problem. What up, Jack? I try my best. Um, Doctors are not doctors like lawyers, practice without license, all based on crimes, all sorts of contracts broken. Right, right. Yeah, everyone's trying to be rich, and they want to do it as fast as possible. They don't want to be a billionaire at 60. They want to be a billionaire at 24. So they're going to do whatever they can to get some money. Listen, I know doctors that are 24 years old, and it doesn't make any sense. You shouldn't be able to do 12 years of school from 18 years old and have your doctor and have your license at 24. Doesn't make sense. There should be no doctors under 30 if it's 12 years of schooling. From 18 years old plus 12 years is 30. There should be no doctors under the age of 30, and there's a lot of them. Doesn't make any sense. But no one looks anything up. No, like you see it on the wall, you're like, wow! And especially if you see it on the wall from a TikTok video. You know, yeah. Yeah, low carbs isn't exactly great for you. You need carbs. Hopefully it's not it's low carbs and not no carbs. You definitely need carbs. So the problem with no carbs, unless in most cases, so we're talking about you, low carbs, you don't want, you have the sugars and stuff that are available in your blood. And if you want to remove that from your blood, like that's where the energy is, or if you have fat, if you've got extra little padding or whatever, then that's good because it'll come from your stores. But if you do like a complete no carb, it doesn't take the carbs from your food because there is none. You're not eating any carbs, so it takes it from your blood before it takes it from your fat stores. Your body goes into what's called it's a starvation, a survival mode, and people have co-opted that to talk about, oh, he broke up with me and I'm in survival mode. No. I'm talking about actual survival mode. Like, you have to understand how metabolism works and know where your body gets energy for what. If you've gotten fat and you need to take care of that, you have to understand that we've been lied to over the past 20 years because GLP-1 has been a thing. They're just waiting to market it. So if they can tell a bunch of influencers, tell everybody that fat is beautiful, big is beautiful, blah, 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 and lie, you can be fat and healthy. It's all a lie. Fat is an organ and it makes hormones. And you can get more depressed and more agitated and more irritated. That's the fat putting off more hormones. The larger the larger that organ is, the more hormones it can put out. So if you can reduce that, that's the best thing you can do for your body. AI will replace smart people. Pretty sure a computer doesn't have an ego. Dr. Lawyers, military, hedge fund managers. Yeah, and then what'll happen is we'll have something like COVID come around again, and everybody will listen to their AI bot that's directly got to tie in with the government. The biggest gang I know they call the government. Genesis 9:3 states, every moving thing liveth shall meet for you, even as the green herb I have given all things. Okay, let's make sure. Genesis 9:3. Okay. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you. Every green herb I have given you, all things. Then, but flesh with life thereof, which is the blood thereof, ye shall not eat. Do not eat humans. Yes, animals are here to help you. They're here to heal you. Never listen to vegans, especially now in a day. If you're not growing your own vegetation, do not be a vegan or a vegetarian. Absolutely not. the foods that are mass market foods are grown too fast. Their nutritional density is very low. They want the celery stalk to grow to a foot in a couple of days rather than over the course of a couple of weeks. And the nutritional density is low. You're basically eating water plus whatever they've sprayed on it. Metabolism is key to understanding your weight and energy as well as mood. 100%. 100% I agree. Uriah 69, Ross. That will be left, all that will be left is slaves. Right. Well, that's it. So it's always been slavery. It's always been. Immigration was slavery too. Like they're even saying it aloud. You don't want to pick no cotton. You don't want to pick your strawberries. And that's what they're saying now currently. The people that want to be rich and powerful, the more people you have working for you with less, the more money your company can make. So they can say that they can put them on food stamps and give them housing, but slaves have always had housing and food. You spent money on them. You don't want them to die. So it's the same thing. But if you can get the government to pay for the housing and food for your slaves, that's even better because then you can make even more money. It's all the same. It's just they changed the names. Mushroom is a fungus. That's true. And mushrooms are freaking amazing. Mycelium can grow between the roots of other plants, trees, to act as a secondary root system. It's crazy. Give to Caesar what is he? Give to God. Give to Caesar what is his, but give to God what is his. That's correct. Sir. That's correct. Sir. Yeah, life's not that complicated, but you have to have people that are willing to talk about it without benefit to themselves. If you walk into a doctor's office, he's on the clock. He's there to make money. So you have to understand that. You have to understand that they're there to make money. And like if you're a salesman, I was a salesman at Ritz Camera back in the day. And people would come in to have their film developed, but I made an extra $9 or whatever if they bought a camera when I was there. So we could go over their pictures and be like, you see this blood, this is because you're using a plastic lens, blah, 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 blah. And I benefited from that. Right? But so it's the same way. They can talk you into things. Now you didn't need a new camera, but if you want sharper pictures and this and that, if you want better, then here's something that can make you better. The problem is, at the cost of what? What is the benefit versus the cost? Greetings, Pastrum. I can't read. Pastrum Woodsman. I'm a big fan of the woods. Always record doctors if they're blatantly failed to provide you with care. Turn them into medical board to sue them for malpractice. Problem solved. That's what happened. I missed the last part you were talking about. That's good or bad for you. I was carnivore for a while. I started to eat rice a few days ago, and I think it's doing me well. Lots of pesticides. Right, here is the problem with all that crap. If you can, like, I have a farm down the street, a dairy farm, a butchery, and these cows, for $700 a year, I get a quarter a cow. I have 3 other neighbors that gets a cow. I get the ground beef from one animal. I don't have 700 pieces of different DNA in my ground beef. It comes from the same animal. All my steaks come from the same animal. This is the closest to nature as you can get. And I eat primarily beef and eggs. I have 8 hens that lay me eggs every day. So like this is the best that you can do for yourself. And you don't need, you can have a little yard of grass 10 foot by 15 foot, and that's, you can have 8 hens run around picking worms and all day, and it's like, it's not difficult to do, but people tell you how difficult it is because they want you to, oh my God, you have chickens, you're gonna get bird flu, so it's all bullshit. But yes, stay away from one of the big problems that's just coming out now about Roundup is that Roundup was kind of not that bad for you originally, when they used to spray it on the crops months and months and months before it was food. But then they found out that it dried things out. So if you have all this grain that's about to go into a silo, you can spray it with Roundup, and it's a desiccant. It'll dry it out so it won't get moldy. But that's the food we eat. So they just sprayed it on there right before it goes onto our plates. And then that's why so many people started to get
gluten intolerances. It wasn't gluten intolerance. Because you have a lot of people that said they have gluten intolerances, but if they went to like Italy or France or anywhere else that doesn't use Roundup, they could eat all the bread they want and they felt fine. Chris Molina's up for Trump. I ate chicken in the woods mushroom. Chicken of the woods. Great mushrooms. Yes, great mushrooms. Turkey tail, chicken in the woods. Yeah, and it tastes however you cook it. It's really good. Fat good, fat bad. Fat good, very good for you. Not freaking fake fat. Not fat from a vegetable. Typically, like you can get fat from fruits. Like you know what canola oil stands for? Canadian oil. They just figured a way to make some sort of lubricous liquid, and they start feeding it to everybody. No, get yourself some freaking beef fat, tallow. That's what I cook everything in. Vermin Supreme. Chris Molina. I eat eggs every day. Me too. I get fresh eggs every day. Meat is so expensive. Right. And it can be so cheap. The reason it's expensive is because people want to be rich. I understand the game. Play the game or lose the game. But you can find someone in your area. I guarantee you can find some rednecks in your area that know where the dairy farms are. And when the cows stop giving milk, they start to get sick and die. When they stop giving milk, they're slaughtered. Oh, the poor cows. Okay. You can be sick in bed and say, oh, the poor cows. Or you can be healthy and you can be helping the world. People will start stealing cows again soon. Brother, right, again, right. It used to happen. You look like you lost, brah. Me? Lost where? I'm more not lost now than I've ever been in my entire life. Okay, where are we at here? 9 o'clock. All right, so what should we do? Let me think. What's the voodoo that you do? But yeah, listen. No, man, I'm doing really well, Nick. Listen, if you need any assistance, let me know, brother. I'm here to help out. I've lived a life. Let's just say I've lived a life. I've worked in the music industry, the movie industry. I've worked for a farm. My very first job. I worked in the Maryland Zoo in Baltimore. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. And now I've been streaming for a year, starting on Twitch now too. Yeah, no, everything's going great, my brother. Everything's going great. And so now I want to give back. I spent 15 years making propaganda for people, and now I want to undo as much as what I did. Let's refake the moon landing. Dude, there's some really good fakes. Did you see the one that they did? Let me see if I can find it. I don't know if it's easy to find or not, but they did this one where they remade it with like the same suits, like the same cameras and everything that they used. And like back in the day, and then like they had, let me see if I can find it. Video spoof of the moon landing faking. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Artists remake the moon landing videos. Dude, that was really good ones, dude. That was really good ones where like they're like one small step for man, and then like a whole lighting rig collapses, and they're like cut, and then everybody walks on to set and everything. Dude, it was so. I mean, I don't know. Like, this was freaking 30 years ago. I remember seeing it, like 20 years ago. But dude, it was. Yeah. Okay. It ain't something easy to find. That's it.
Protect your dream home.
Let me see.
Under our roof.
No, not you know. I did. I did. I made propaganda. I worked for the movie industry for 15 years. Yeah, you can't judge a book by its cover, brother. No, I made propaganda. I worked for the movie industry for 15 years, making all kinds of crap. Yeah, you can make your own, right? Yeah. On good breakfast, egg for. Yes, that's a freaking absolute. But listen, breakfast isn't as kick-ass as you think it is. The longer you can wait to eat in the morning, I do not eat until 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And listen, when I felt that I was getting old about 3 or 4 years ago. I was like, man, I'm tired all the time. I'm definitely getting old. I just started stuff. I didn't used to drink coffee, but then I started drinking coffee. So I'll wake up and I'll have coffee, and then I wouldn't eat till like 9 or 10, and then sometimes I would start streaming. So then it would be like noon or 1. So then I just started, and now I can stay up all day and everything. I don't feel bad now that I've cut breakfast out of my diet. I don't feel tired and exhausted at all in the middle of the day. Like it used to be 2 o'clock. I was like, oh God, yeah, that's all gone. Hell no. Here you go, gang. Is that it? Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Okay. Oh yeah. So if you look at the thumbnail in my picture, that's the farm that I go to get like straight cow's milk. So if you look at the thumbnail in my picture, that's the. Sorry, I opened up my video so I can click on the link. What is this? The hidden Windows setting eating your memory? Is that what you meant to say?
Your Windows 11 PC is secretly wasting your RAM right now.
Oh, I knew that too. Right.
And it's doing it on purpose. There's a hidden service enabled by default deep inside Windows that preloads apps you aren't even using.
Yeah.
It heats up your memory in the background.
So not only that, we'll talk about that real quick. So not only that, but there's something called Microsoft Recall that records your screen. There to help you. So if you forget a password, you can go recall that screen when you typed it in last time, so you can, and all kinds of stuff like that. It takes 25 gigs of your storage for video of your screen. It's called Microsoft Recall. It's why I switched to Linux over the weekend, back to Linux. But yeah, yeah, absolutely. What if I don't get up till 3? Then you're fine, Derek. Yeah, you trying to kill me, Richard? Mama can't wait that long. Second breakfast is where it's really at. Yeah, what's the secret U.S. service joint? What's about the secret U.S. Soviet joint Apollo 20 mission to recover a craft from the dark side? I mean, brother, honestly, I don't know. I don't have any info on that. I love that shit though. I love it. I love because now, like the past like 3 or 4 years, all the conspiracy theories has become like most of the prime conspiracy theories have come true, and I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Me withering away to nothing. I'm just saying, listen, if you don't feel bad throughout the day, if you don't feel that 2 o'clock, I just want to take a nap feeling, if you feel that, stop eating in the morning. And especially if you've got a couple extra pounds that you don't want. If you do that, make it happen, whatever. I'm just saying for me, to stream 10 to 12 hours a day, I can't be like, oh, dude, I need to take a nap. I can't do it. You know, like, so, and I feel so much better. And now after about 3 or 4 days of that, of being like uncomfortable and kind of hungry, not even hungry at all, I have to remind myself, oh, dang, it's noon, it's 1 o'clock, it's 2 o'clock, I better eat something. Especially before I start streaming the afternoon stream or evening stream. Breakfast for me, 11 to 1 p.m. Yeah, there you go, right, intermittent fasting. Yeah, it's a lot better for you than you know. Listen, when your body goes into survival mode, starvation mode, it doesn't know when it's going to get food again, right? So what it'll start doing, and if you do, it'll start packing it on. It'll pack it as fat. But then when you go into starvation mode, it starts using the fat because you need to leave the energy, the stuff that's in your bloodstream. You need to leave that there for your body to use, and it starts, and it'll go to your fat. So by fasting, not doing it regularly, when you get on a schedule, your body starts to know, okay, I'm getting everything I need and this is fine. I'm not starving. We're not out in the middle of the wilderness not getting food. So once about 3 or 4 days after like resetting your schedule, your body will be fine again, and your body will start to use your fat stores. If you're fat, it's because you're taking in too many calories. You can cut out an entire meal, especially if your vitamin and mineral levels are correct. And if you can pay for it, it's about $140 four times a year. You get your blood checked from a lab, not a doctor. A doctor will take the labs and say, you need some freaking pharmaceuticals, boy. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. And your brain, right. And your brain, exactly. That's the big thing, because your brain is primarily cholesterol, and so that is energy. It will take energy from that. There's a big thing coming out over the past couple of months about how Alzheimer's disease is primarily in people that take cholesterol lowering drugs, and it's lowering the cholesterol in your brain. It lowers it, in your whole body. So it's actually, and then it starts taking memories from you and whatnot. So be very careful. And now they're finding out that cholesterol is good for you. They're not now finding out. They've known it since the 1930s and 40s. They've known all of this stuff for a long. Listen, we had the technology to make nuclear bombs in the 40s. They know a lot more. I know we think of them about you don't need no calculators. They had what they needed. Remember, calculus was invented in 1665. Remember that, calculus. Are you a doctor? I'm not a doctor. I'm a streamer, Alan. I was blessed. I dated doctors. My father and mother both worked for the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab. My dad went to Hopkins, so we had great conversation. We had very smart people around me all growing up. He's a doctor. Got your brother, Alan? What's going on here? Not too much, sweetie guy. Don't ask questions. Yeah. Hold on with you. One of the thing is, when you decide that you're going to be your doctor, information comes much easier. Instead of going to doctors and asking the questions, the first thing you do is you go get a blood test from a lab, a phlebotomist, and they say, here's the results. I don't care what they say. I'm not a doctor. And then you get them and you say, okay, what's this? What's that? What's high? What's low? And take care of that. But you don't need pills to take care of that. You don't need pharmaceuticals to take care of it. Because remember, they're relatively new, 110 years old or so. You can get, if you're low in B12, take B12. If you're low in D3, take D3. If you're low in K, take K. This is how easy this stuff is. You don't have to suffer. You don't have to be exhausted. You don't have to be depressed. If you're depressed and no one's dead, it's typically nutrition. It's your body that cannot produce the neurotransmitters to make you feel happy when you should be happy. There's the chemicals, the chemistry is not there to do it. So you need to say, okay, what makes dopamine? What makes serotonin? Oh, these are the vitamins that are the precursors for that. Well, maybe I should take them vitamins so that when my body should be happy, it's got the chemistry it needs to be happy. I figured a doctor or a lawyer. No, because of the nose. I was a skateboarder. I broke my nose a lot skateboarding. Your diet and mental health is your mental health a lot more than you know. You can't have good mental health without a good diet. You can't. You need to if you smoke cigarettes, if you drink, if you smoke weed, any of these things, you lower your body's ability to absorb nutrition from the food you put in your body. So you have to, like vitamin B12, the government tells you that you should take 2.4 micrograms a day. I just showed the bottle that I take. It's 5,000 micrograms, okay, per pill. So I take 200,000 times or whatever the recommended daily allowance of vitamin B12 often when I'm in deficiency. So you can't just take that. You can't just take their words as gospel. They're the government. These numbers are decided along with the Department of Agriculture for proper tax benefit. They need money from the tax base. If you don't feel good and you're eating more, eating this or eating that, and it's not giving you what you need and it helps out with other things financially, then they're happy with that. So you need to do this on your own. But you don't need a blood test. Remember, you can just guess. I feel like crap all the time. What causes you to feel like crap? Oh, get on some freaking Paxil or Prozac. What vitamins? So this is exactly what I do, and I was doing this before with you guys. So we'll say vitamin B12 and depression. Okay. Low levels of vitamin B12 are linked to higher rates of depression due to its role in synthesizing mood-regulating neurotransmitters like serotonin. Deficiency, common in vegetarians and older adults, can cause mental fogginess and depression. While B12 is not a cure-all, supplementation may help treat depression when a deficiency is present, right? And the thing is, if your body ain't the average body, especially if you're big, you need more than 2.4 micrograms a day. You know, so it's like you're not 5'8", 128 pounds. You're 5'10", 300 pounds. You're 4'2", 790 pounds. 2.4 micrograms a day. No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So you, and the thing is, you can't overdo it. These are water soluble. They just, any extra you put in comes out. There's no high level. There's no top level. Same thing with D3, and D3 is why I have energy, mood, happy, and I can stream at 49 years old like I'm a freaking 20-year-old. Richard's mad scientist. Do you want me? A doctor wanted me on cholesterol meds. I told her no, thank you. Yes. Listen, you need to get away from doctors like that. They want you on something. So I want subscribers, so I get you coming back all the time. That's what pharmaceuticals are to doctors. They're you subscribing, but they get paid per subscriber. Every time you fill that prescription, they can get a kickback. What up, Billsy Boo? Yeah, and it's not that complicated, and it only takes a day or two to start getting your shit straight. And you should have mentioned my old therapist. Okay, Robert's old therapist. Robert's old therapist was so anti-helpful. Whether you believe in God or not, okay? If you're a therapist and somebody comes to you and says, I don't want to be on the planet anymore, I don't know what's going on, and your therapist says, well, first of all, God's not real, so we're all just stardust and everything's accidental, so this is what his therapist said to him. Not, hey, a lot of people get a benefit from religion and don't leave the planet. No, these are what, and this is the education that our therapists now are getting, and this is what our AI is trained on, that we're all accidental, so we might as well get what we can out of the people, because it doesn't matter if they die or anything. They're just stardust, accidental freaking splashes in the ocean. This is insanity. And he got on, so he asked me for some assistance, and I told him about the B12 and the D3. He started the B12, and in an hour, he said, thank you. And then we've talked about it, and he's had a little bit of a slip up mentally from people messing with him, like telling him, bullshit about twisting reality, basically. But you've done good since then. Is that, Robert, is that true? And that's just B12. He went out, he got the B12, and within an hour, he was like, wow. And I'm telling you, it's not, where's my dang window? It's not rocket science. I think there are war crime laws against experimenting on population. All right. So, a therapist should be there to help you, not to guide you into hell. And this is a big problem. Things aren't that complicated. Almost everything mental is tied to your diet, your health. Once you start to feel bad and you start to use things like weed and whatever like that, that slows the absorption of things like B12 and D3. You need to make sure that shit's right, and you'll be fine. That's a crazy therapist there. Like why would you take, we cannot prove God isn't real. You could say maybe the God of this religion or that religion doesn't appear to be real, but you can't prove it. Why would your therapist take it off the table? Oh, I think it's better for you to know that nothing really matters. Might have to try the B12. Prozac ain't doing shit. Prozac can help, can lower the, look at this, hold on. Oh, here we go, right here. Low vitamin B12 are linked to higher rates of depression due to its role in synthesizing mood regulating neurotransmitters. So you're on an SSRI to help keep more serotonin, to keep serotonin in your brain, rather than putting more in your brain. Deficiency is common in vegetarians and older adults with fogginess and depression. B12 is not a cure-all. Supplementation may help treat depression when a deficiency is present. Yes, you need it. It's essential for producing chemicals that regulate mood. So this is what's crazy, is your doctor just tells you have a chemical imbalance without testing your chemicals. or whatever chemicals they're talking about. It's a marketing ploy. They're just saying, chemical imbalance. You didn't test my chemicals. You didn't test anything. Prozac. Yeah, no, Prozac's crap. I have ADHD. ADHD, brother. Look, I'm not saying it's a cure-all for everything, but I want to show you this, okay? ADHD. I do too, obviously, right? But you shouldn't. ADHD shouldn't be crippling. Vitamin B deficiency is frequently observed in individuals with ADHD, particularly children. They may contribute to symptoms like fatigue, cognitive issues, and poor focus due to its role in neurotransmitter production and neurological function. Studies suggest that supplementing with B12 can help improve these symptoms, especially those with verified low levels or restricted diets. Okay, and it says that people with ADHD often have lower levels of B12 and higher homocysteine levels. Okay, so why hasn't your doctor ever checked your B12 levels? Because you're already on your freaking your amphetamines. Right? They don't want to say, oh, just go take some supplements and never come see me again. They're there to make money. Yeah, her boss was mad at her, the therapist's defense, saying, I'm trying to push the boundaries and have him challenge his deeply held beliefs. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why? What is that going to help? How is that going to help? She's crazy. ADHD, gang. Right, you can have ADHD and it not suck. Think about the people that are popular and famous and everything that have ADHD. It's because they have ADHD and they're healthy. If you have ADHD and you're unhealthy, then it's bad. I have ADHD out the freaking butthole. And I can be very helpful and very creative because I don't feel bad and have ADHD. Because the doctors that got paid to do their job. What up, lamb? Let's see. Let's see. I'm probably not. I don't know what that is yet. My ADHD has ADHD, and this is the thing. Your ADHD has ADHD. If you have ADHD and you have low B12, and most ADHD patients do, because if they would take B12 often enough, they wouldn't have ADHD. I also have ADHD. Yeah, you got some freaking ADHD too, lamb. Wackadoodle. All right, let's do this. Where are we at? If anybody has any questions or whatever, let me know now. I'm gonna take a break about 9:30 till about 10. Lamb, if you want to come on at 10 o'clock or whatever, and we can show that video when you get there. It does prevent you from spelling. I'm gonna run over my mic cord. Let's get that up out the way there. There we go. Yeah, you keep doing that. All right, let's see. This better be a short one.
I broke my nose last skateboard.
Hey.
Mental health is your diet is your mental health a lot more than you know. You can't have good mental health without a good diet. You can't. You need to put, if you smoke cigarettes, if you drink, if you smoke weed, any of these things, you lower your body's ability to absorb nutrition from the food you put in your body. So you have to.
So many of the crazy shootings, guys. Right, exactly. Listen, and they feel like shit all the time. They don't mind leaving the planet. They're like suffering. And it's usually because they don't have the chemistry in their brains to feel good about anything. Listen, I'm all about for a good liberal a protest, but when you get people that don't want to be on the planet anymore, they're going a little far. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, these people are just going to be they're going to be called martyrs, but they're going to be called mental health crisis. They're not MLK. It's because they use the name martyr. This is the problem. If you want to be a liberal and help change votes. Be a healthy liberal. If you want to be a conservative, be a conservative. Be a healthy conservative. This is huge. And most mental health issues are tied to your diet. As lovely Lamb Lunch here just demonstrated with his Right. How long does it take for the vitamin to take about an hour? Not even an hour. Not even an hour. Noms. If you take a sublingual, so the sublingual absorbs into the veins under your tongue. Doesn't have to go through your stomach and your liver. But it's got to be the methylcobalamin. And I think I sent that to you in the Discord, Noms. Methylcobalamin is the active form of B12. Cyanocobalamin is what they put in energy drinks and stuff. It gives you a quick burst, but it leaves your body very quickly. It doesn't help you. It's a non-active form of B12. So if you get under the tongue tablets or under the tongue liquid, then even if you've got a bad liver, if you've got cirrhosis of the liver, you don't need your liver to metabolize it because it's already in the methylated form. So yes, about an hour. And if you're really deficient, less than that. Like as it comes. But the problem is you got to stay on it every day to get out of deficiency. You've got to wait for the month or so for all of your cells to divide back with proper nutrition to make the mitochondria and whatnot work as it should. Yeah, it's very fast. It ain't D3, like this stuff takes about a week, but the way you notice it is like if you're very deficient, you'll notice yourself less tired in a couple of hours. But like if you've had a coffee and the coffee is wearing off, it'll mask it. But then you'll notice the urge to nap in the middle of the day every day gets less and less and less and less and less. It's a huge difference. BPH4. I don't even know BPH. Hold on. BPH4. I was gonna say, is that from a movie? You can give it a try. See, but a lot of pharmaceuticals use existing things in your body to adapt them. Like, for instance, this isn't this isn't gospel right here, but like some pharmaceuticals take things that are in your body to use as precursors to make things like B12. So instead of you just taking B12, they can't patent that. But if they can find a chemical that dissolves calcium and turns that into B12, then it'll boost your B12, and now you have something that you can patent. Just take the B12. Oh, good, another guy with a big schnoz. Welcome to the club. What up, my brethren? Welcome to the club. I freaking love life. Aliens are real. An alien called me rectum. Rectum? Very shallow, but actually I'm very smart. Yeah! Don't listen to them. I'm rude, the rude aliens. You're very smart. Welcome, my brother. Yeah, and this is the thing. The thing that sucks is this stuff should be taught to us in freaking 5th, 6th grade. Like we should know this very early in life. But the thing is, everything is go see your doctor, go see your doctor, go see your doctor, go see your doctor. Go see your lab. Go get some blood work done. And then the more people... Let me show you guys something real quick. And this is interesting. I sent this to Robert earlier. I showed it earlier. I sent this to Robert earlier because he started taking the D3 also. But let me go show you guys this stuff. Bang. This is an interesting thing about, so you'll notice vitamin D... they don't say it's in milligrams. They call it in IUs, and I'll show you why. And take it for what it's worth. But it's interesting how this stuff happens. All right, let's see.
It was discovered in 1913, but by 1918 they were on to, hey, this stuff really works. By 1928, 10 years later, everybody in America was taking 20 milligrams a day. You know what happened? Our hospitals emptied out. They had a medical emergency. No one was getting sick. So what the AMA and the FDA got together and what they decided to do was to give 7 medical students enough vitamin D to kill a horse. Well, of course, the kids got sick. Right. That was their excuse to remove vitamin D from the shelf. But because of the public uproar, the President of the United States had to commission the University of Chicago medical faculty under Dr. Fromm to tell the world, is vitamin D toxic? The study took years, and in the meantime, the FDA and the AMA got together and said, we've got to stop people from taking the crucial vitamins A, D, and E. And so, you know what we're going to do? We're going to use number psychology on the public. The 20 milligrams that the little lady takes every day is now 1 million units, and 1 million units will kill you. So what did he allow? 400. Now 400 is 1/100th of a milligram. Not enough to do anything.
Not enough to do any good, right? So this stuff, propaganda is real, and you can also, but that's our fault. We got the internet. We've got Google Translate. We can go say, what are they doing in Japan? What are they doing in Serbia? What you know? And they don't have the same propaganda that they have in America. They're talking about different stuff. So you can find out these things. And this is huge. I'm an alien, a legal alien. I'm an Englishman in New York. What a set of nostrils, brother. Let me show you this little group. Let me show you. I love my nostrils. There you go. Hold on. This is my my live stream from the other. Dude, I freaking love my nostril. With this stuff, JFK takes meth. I take that also. I'll show it to you. I'm just to show you guys. I walk with it how I talk. Hold on 1 second. Let's see here. This is Lugol's solution and methylene blue. The feds got me. All right, 1 second. What up, Senpei? Yeah, I'm like Alf, but funny or Jewish. What up, Senpei, brother? Oh yeah, we need those glasses from They Live. Right. Yeah, great movie. Wow, that's what a racket we live in. No, it's absolutely a racket. Everything's a scam. Everything's a scam. Everything is a scam. Everything that happens, people say, how can we make the most money possible off of this? Not how can it benefit society the greatest. Stop the scamming, right? Everything's a racket. But the thing is, all the information is out there. It's our fault for not doing our own research. And we're told over and over and over again, do your own research, do your own research. But we trust the news. They're paid to tell us what they tell us. There's a reason newscasters can make $24 million a year for telling us stuff that should be true. No, they're being paid to lie. They're being paid to advertise. And what's up, Jizzle? They sell methylene blue in pet shops. So yeah, pet shops. Yeah, no, so I get pharmacological grade methylene blue, but you can get that in pet shops too. It's used for like if your goldfish gets sick. I mean, it works. It's been used. Textile dye that's been used medicinally. Absolutely, it's got one of the biggest effects on our mitochondria out of anything. But yeah, I would not. The problem with pet store methylene blue is that you're putting methylene blue in fish water that's got fish shit in it. So they don't really care how clean they make the blends. They don't have to fit, because if you use it, they're like, that was for fish, and so if you get sick from it, so this is 100% pure methylene blue. It's powderized, it's methylene blue crystals, and then I dilute it. And then I add whatever. Paul, tennis menace has a racket. People give goldfish meds. Yes, dude. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, here, look. Methylene blue on goldfish.
There is a lot of uses of this stuff. I'm not sponsored by any methylene blue person.
Me neither. Links in the description. Links in that description. Fish live in water sometimes, right? Yeah. Sometimes they don't live outside of water too, but there are some crazy fish that can walk on land. Snakefish, I think it's called snakefish. No, not snakefish. Hold on, maybe it's snakefish. Snakefish. Air breathing fish that can walk on land. Snakeheads, as they're called. Snakeheads and mud skippers. Yeah, mud skippers and snakeheads. Yeah, air breathing fish. Northern snakehead. Oops, that's me. Northern snakehead. These predatory fish can survive out of water for up to 4 days. Mud skippers are tiny amphibious air breathing fish. News, trust not anyone. Thank you, Trump. Right? Hey, look, and you know what's interesting is that for years he was saying fake news, and then come to find out, a lot of it was fake news. And then I'm like, great. But hey, listen, you can be anti anybody, but if you're making yourself sick over it, you got to do the best for you and your family regardless. Like the people that took Tylenol while pregnant after Trump said, don't take Tylenol while pregnant, and they took a bunch of it and ended up dying because they just wanted to say F you, Trump, on TikTok. Hey, Barbara, have a blessed evening. Shalom, brother. What test? I'm all about love. How you doing, Barbara? Yeah, listen. Research everything. And that's what I do here for anybody. If anybody has any questions about anything I happen to know about or we can find out about, that's why I don't use ChatGPT. And I'll use the AI overview if it's something I already know about that matches what I say. If it doesn't, I can go find you the information of where I gathered it from. I've spent lots of time. I think this is a big problem we have in life, where when we have enough time to do enough research, we're old or we're in jail, right? So you have to work all these hours, and you want to relax. You want to have a couple beers when you get off work, whatever. The problem is those are the years that we need to do the most. I was very lucky working in the movie industry. I'd work 3 months on and have a month off. So I'd have a full month to just read stuff. And that's what I did. That's what I've been doing. I'm on Twitch. No, not right now. No, I'm not streaming to Twitch right now, Cora. No. When I get back on about 10 o'clock, I'll stream on both. Yes, flying fish. Listen. The world is amazing. Don't let people tell you. Don't let companies tell you about it. Learn it. Look at it. It's here for us to explore. If people tell you, no, this is everything, boom, no, Kamala's crazy, Trump's crazy, whatever. No, look into it. Is Kamala crazy? Is Trump crazy? Look into it. Don't believe these people. You look very intelligent, laughing my ass off. Thank you, my brother. I think it's the glasses and the nose. 2023 studies show that ChatGPT gave incorrect answers 52% of the time. So, Rick R, brother. So just earlier, over the past couple days, I've been telling Blue Sky about vitamin K, MK7. About how, so she asked ChatGPT and it told her not to take it. It can be deadly. So we looked it up here and it said there is no upper limit. You can't overdose on it. It's non-toxic. So the research here shows no, but ChatGPT, so she's had a stroke and it's very good for people with strokes, very good for cardiovascular health. And ChatGPT said, no, that's dangerous. It's dangerous if you want to not die. If you want to not die, I'm sorry. If you want to die, then it's dangerous because you won't reach your goal as quickly. That's why college is so important. Gives you literally 4 years to learn. You don't have to. It's super helpful. I agree. But the problem is they slid the party in there. People spend the time where they could actually be doing. like getting drunk and then being hungover and then getting drunk again and partying. And then when you need to be sober is you're in class. And that's a huge problem because it became about the party, and people get out of there with a degree and they think they learned something because they've got the paper, and they didn't learn shit. You're right. Two big wheels to me about two big wheels for me about worry about politics. Right. Don't worry. Like, yeah, worry about your health. Absolutely. Don't listen to these people. It's so the thing is, we have to teach people how to learn. You know, like people go out there and they get so irritated in school. There's bullies, there's bullcrap going on and everything. So they want to get away from learning. Is their relationship with education is typically not good for most people. So when they get out of school, they want to do the farthest thing from schooling. They know why does the bottom of your hair look damp? I don't know. Does it? You know why? Probably because I have gray here in the front and it's browner in the back. So maybe it's the, I don't know. Maybe it's a real study. Who answers it better? In-depth analysis, ChatGPT, and Stack Overflow answer software engineering questions. So here's a big problem, especially when it comes to code and software. Is you can make an all-encompassing code that's a million lines of code that can do 20 different things very well, but it's crazy spaghetti code. Humans still do it better. But with unlimited memory and unlimited, you know, like you don't have to fit your program in 16 kilobits of memory anymore, you know, storage. It's definitely an issue. But having a community for the betterment of everybody, rather than the communities that are publicized are for wacky shit, like your political affiliation, how you like to have sex. Like, well, what about how you eat? What about the best for you, your family, and your neighbors? Like you need both. You know, you need both communities. You don't just need a community to say, and yeah, so like you should have somebody that can fix your plumbing and somebody that can freaking talk to you about your health. And so, like the communities have been destroyed and then changed into topical communities rather than a community that can do everything you need. All right, I'll get one more minute here and then we'll go ahead and call it. But then I got to go check let me see what the temperature is too. I got to check to make sure the heater's on in the chicken coop. Current temperature.
It's 34 degrees in Sharpsburg right now.
I'm just going to get down to it's 26. Yeah, so I got to go make sure. So I'd probably be back by say 10:30, about 45 minutes. All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining. Hugs and kisses. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.